this the right room, Mrs. Frog?
Yes, it is, X. Yes, it is. The fashion show is almost ready to begin.
Isn't it beautiful, Mr. Nick?
Well, thank you, gentlemen. I just had it freshly painted. And you're very lucky, Mr. Negri. Today I have a very special men's fashion show, and I hope you see something you like.
Well, I certainly appreciate you letting me come to see the show. How about you, X?
I'm glad to see it, too. Do you have people all dressed up, or are they just little puppets, or what?
Oh, no, X. There are people all dressed up in different costumes.
Oh.
And the first one is the prehistoric man, X. I think we're about ready to begin Mrs. Frog's special fashion show.
You mean like a caveman, huh?
Yes, a caveman, Mr. Negri.
Caveman? Where is he?
Oh, he's coming right up the stairs, I believe, Mr. Negri and X. Oh, here he comes now. You see,
Look at
he
that,
has
X.
animal fur wrapped around him to keep him warm, because this happened years and years ago.
Oh.
Isn't that nice?
Real people wore those things.
Real people.
Yes, they did.
Many years ago, X. Many years ago.
Hey,
Boy,
did
was
they ever know how to jump around?
very muscular, weren't they?
And watch this, Mr. Negri. This is also fur. This is called a Viking. Oh, X, look at the horns. He has horns like you do, X.
Yes,
Sure does look like an owl's horns.
they certainly do, X. And you notice how they use the furs for their clothes, huh?
It kept them warm.
Yeah, they were needing protection, weren't they?
He's going to leave now. There's another one coming right up, Mr. Negri.
Oh, this certainly is wonderful. Isn't that a
King
pretty
Richard.
one?
Did you ever hear of King Richard and the Crusaders?
Yes,
and
I
the Knights
did.
of the Round Table?
Knights of the Round Table.
Mm-hmm.
Look at his stockings there, X. How about that?
Hey, they look like that stuff you wear with armor.
Oh, they are, X. They are.
Even the gloves look like they're made of metal, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh, that really is something, huh?
Boy, Miss Frog,
I've
you
never
got
seen
lots of
costumes
things
like
here.
Well, I have more coming up, X. I have more coming up. Would you like to see more, Mr. Negri?
Yes,
I
I
would.
sure would. I'm really enjoying it. Oh,
there's
isn't this a
another
pretty one?
This is called a Venetian, Mr. Negri.
a Venetian. Oh, that's in Italy, huh?
Right.
Many years ago. He looks a little bit like Romeo there, you know, in Romeo and Juliet, that
He
famous
has
love
feathers
story.
like X does. A feather in his hat.
Yeah, I like people wearing feathers.
That's kind of a nice costume for a strolling guitarist, wouldn't you say?
Oh, look at him.
What's that one?
Is that ever shiny? Look, his hat's shiny, too.
That's a gorgeous robe.
King Friday'd like that one, wouldn't
Oh,
he?
I bet he would, X.
Yes, that's right. It looks rather kingly, wouldn't you say?
Oh, wait, do you see this next one, X? Wait, look at that one. Isn't that a fancy one, X?
Very
Is
fancy.
certainly beautiful.
Another little handkerchief.
That's really grand, wouldn't you say?
This is a French costume, Mr. Negri. A French
A
costume.
French costume, yes.
People in France wore things like that?
Many years ago, many years, not today, of course, but many years ago.
Yes.
Oh, Joe, do you think you'd like to wear something like that?
Well, I'll tell you, that certainly would be something, wouldn't it? I mean,
Oh.
you just don't often see a guitarist playing in something like that.
No.
I think it's a little too much, though, don't you?
Yeah.
Hey, look. Here comes another one.
This gentleman is a Roman soldier.
Oh, he's a big sword.
Yes, he does.
He's gonna protect people, isn't he?
I like his helmet, too. Do you, X?
Yeah.
That's neat. Looks like a gladiator.
And what's next, Mrs.
The
Frog?
next one is a Siamese.
Oh,
You
Siamese?
know what Siamese?
Siamese costume?
Oh, look.
That is very nice.
He's just looking around,
Yes.
seeing what he'll find. That's a fancy suit.
Yes, it is fancy, X.
That's one of my fanciest suits, X.
Oh, good.
This beautiful braiding up on the shoulders. Oh, that's nice. Well, now
Now, this one is Captain John Smith. Did you ever hear of Captain John Smith and Pocahontas, Mr. Negri?
yes, I did. Yes.
Well, that's Captain
Famous.
John. He was one of the first explorers in America.
I like his cape.
Yes, that is a nice cape.
Yeah, and the boots and everything.
Beard, too.
Again, it's a very nice helmet,
This
too.
one, Mr. Negri. He is a colonial man. That's how they dressed in early America.
An early American costume.
Right.
Oh.
Look at his three-cornered hat.
Yeah.
I like that. My hat, it has three corners.
That's a fancy one too, isn't it, X?
Yeah, three corners has my
Comfortable
hat.
looking suit.
What's coming next, Mrs. Frog?
This is a Chinese mandarin.
Oh,
A Chinese Mandarin costume.
beautiful robe, isn't it?
That looks very regal and royal too, doesn't it, X? Yes, that's nice.
Yeah, but I think you would have to have one of those braids down your back, Mr. Negri, if you
Yes.
wanted to wear one of them.
I guess you would. It would probably take a long time to grow one of those braids down.
Yeah.
I bet you'll recognize the next costume, Mr. Negri. He's about ready to come out, and you tell me who do you think that is, Mr. Negri?
Oh! Well, it's not Pocahontas, that's for sure. But it's an American.
He's an Indian.
American Indian chief. And that's a fancy
Look
headdress
at
also.
that
and
beautiful
there's a lot of
headdress, eh?
feathers. Oh, yes.
Beautiful feathers.
Hey, that's great. Do you think maybe you'd like to wear that one?
Well, I would, but not for what I have in mind.
Do you have any more, Mrs. Frog?
Oh, yes, we have more.
Oh, good. Oh, I see one. Look at that one coming
Look at
now.
that, Mr. Negri. I think you might like this one, Mr. Negri.
Oh, that's all black and white, isn't it?
Yes, it
Right.
is.
Is he a Puritan?
He's a Puritan, X.
He looks like one of those Thanksgiving people.
Yes, he.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Now,
That's
the
very
next
nice.
one
Very nice.
is a
handsome
very
suit.
famous costume, Mr. Negri.
Oh, look at this.
Hey, he's a cowboy.
Yes, he is. Can't mistake him, huh?
Hey,
Nice boots he's got there, too.
you bet.
I bet he left his horse outside.
Yeah. They are nice.
Oh,
Well, here's a snappy outfit.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
a dancer,
look
isn't
at
he?
him. He really is a dancer.
Yes, he is, huh?
Maybe you should wear that for the king.
Well, I certainly think it's very sharp, but not for what. Oh,
this
look at
one.
this one.
coming up to date now, Mr. Negri.
That's scary. What is he?
He's a spaceman.
Space outfit.
Oh, a spaceman.
They really use this in the Air Force, Mr. Negri, to fly those jet planes, you
They
see?
do.
It's all pressurized in there. That means you keep them nice and warm at high altitudes,
Very
way
high
up in the air.
altitudes. Yes.
Spaceman.
Marvelous.
Would you wear that at the castle?
Now
Oh, I
look
don't
at
think
that
so,
one,
X.
Mr.
Hey.
Negri.
Hey, ooh, look
Look at the
at
top
this.
hat. You call that a top hat, Mr. Negri? You see
That's a
that
top hat, yes.
Mhm. And he has his little cane with him.
That certainly is a handsome suit. Now, where would you wear this, Mrs. Frog?
Well, you wear that in the afternoon when you go to a formal gathering or a meeting, like something at King Friday's.
Yeah, you mean like something at the castle?
Right, Mr. Negri.
Oh,
If it's
well-
happening in the afternoon, although.
Well, that's the one that I want.
You sure that's the one you
Yes,
want?
I'm sure.
When do you need it?
Well, I'd like it by tomorrow.
You shall have it.
Thank
Andrew,
God.
Andrew, come here, dear.
Oh, look at this, X. Isn't this nice?
Please see that Mr. Negri gets one of those outfits to fit him.
Of course, Mrs. Frog.
He'll take care of you, dear.
Oh, thank you so much, Mrs. Frog.
Anytime, anytime.
Hey, Mrs. Frog, that was nifty.
See you later.
Bye-bye, gentlemen. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, Mr. Negri, and goodbye, Andrew. I like the way they all dressed up. You got some great people here.
Oh, I do. Well, now, X, dear, what can we do for you?
Oh, I just came to look. I mean, my feathers are doing me fine, but I sure did love that shiny one, though.
We are always welcome to what we have here. That's what museums are for.
Well, thanks, Mrs. Frog. Sure is good to have you for a neighbor. It sure is.
Oh, thank you.
Let's go see how they're doing, okay?